Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new episode of Random Review Squad. Today I'm very excited because I got an opportunity to go down to a hotel and then try out a brand new phone that just came out. In fact, it hasn't even come out yet during this video, but well, it's being released? I don't know. Yeah, this is my first impressions about the Oppo Find X3 Pro from Oppo. I'm your host Thiru, and this is Random Review Squad. Okay, so this phone is pretty interesting. Okay, so it's introduced some new features. It's got some old ones. It's a very different phone from the previous Find X2. The whole theme this year is about colors, and a lot of the features that you see on the phone itself is very expressive in terms of colors, and they really give a lot of detail and a lot of attention to colors, right? And yeah, so let's talk about the phone, alright? I'm not gonna go and drone on about the specs. They'll be on the screen somewhere over here. So basically, let's take this step by step. Let me talk about the first thing I noticed as I picked up the phone is the backing, alright? Well, there was actually two different colors of the phone, right? One is gloss black and one is a normal blue. So this blue, I don't know what it's called actually, but it's basically a blue. This blue is a matte blue. There's no fingerprint smudges, there's no, glassy or glossy look on the back of the blue, but the glossy black was really very shiny and it really looked very, very premium, alright? So I got to take some shots of that, which was pretty good. And as you pick up the phone, you don't really feel like the phone is that heavy. It's pretty thin, but it's not as heavy as you think it would be. I was quite surprised by the weight, but it still felt pretty premium and it fit in the hand pretty perfectly. And if you look at the images, you would know that the design and the build is a bit different now, right? It's no longer that square bump up. It's a smooth glide up to the camera bump. And honestly, I feel this is a very good implementation. It's not really, like rough in your hand. It's smooth. You're able to hold it properly. It's more ergonomic. It's generally a better design. And it looks pretty premium still, so that's good. Of course, the phone is IP68 water resistant, and you've got all that standard stuff that usually sturdy premium phones have. It's got a USB-C port below. It's got your standard volume buttons. Yeah, nothing else. Pretty simple around the edges. It's got a metal finish around the edges. It's got the same curved screen, and it's got a hole punch camera. Now let's go on to the next thing, the display. When I turned on the display, first thing I noticed was it was really vibrant. And of course, I also noticed the 120Hz screen. Now I'm using a Pixel 4 XL, which is a 90Hz screen, and I could still tell the difference between my 90Hz and 120Hz screen. So it's actually a visible difference. And it kind of made me jealous because 120Hz screen, it's really very smooth. And it's also a Quad HD screen. And then it's got color certifications upon color certifications, and it's got a billion colors. It's a really vibrant screen. And to be honest, it was good. It looked good. The display was really sharp. Display-wise, this phone is really up there. So the next thing I did on the phone after turning on the display and playing around, scrolling and all that, was going into the camera. So now the camera is two 50 megapixel cameras and one microscopic lens, right, with a 60 times zoom. Now that was really very interesting. Now before I go to the microscopic lens, let me talk about the 50 megapixel lenses, right? So now as you can see, the trend is the lenses behind have a bigger opening to let in more light, so the cameras are actually much more obvious on the camera bump. The 50 megapixel is pretty sharp. It's actually quite sharp. There was a photographer there who, showcased his photos, and it was really very sharp. It was like a whole exhibition thing. And as I was taking some photos on the phone as well, it was able to take really good shots even in that dim lit environment. It was on point, basically. It's hard to debate without testing it in extreme environments, right? It was really good. I mean, the location was pretty good as well, so the photos came out very nicely. The next one, okay, so the ultra wide, of course, that's same as the main 50 megapixel sensor. You have also the microscopic lens. Okay, so microscopic lens, something that literally everyone was trying again and again. So basically, this microscopic lens is able to zoom in 60 times into a small location. You have to put it like almost flat down on the object that you want to take photo of. So what we did was some of us put it on our skin, some of us put it on the tablecloth, some of us put it on, well, I tried to put it on my phone and to see whether you could see the LEDs, and you could. It was that microscopic in that sense. You could see the fibers of the cloth itself, and it was pretty sharp. It did seem like there was some AI smoothing being done, but I don't think that the sharpness of certain photos of the fibers and the fibers of the cloth and the skin and the hair and all that, I don't think that can kind of be replicated by AI. I'm pretty sure this is gonna bring out like a whole different level of photography in terms of phone photography. There was a pro mode in it, so you could actually go in, adjust everything, ISO, saturation, temperature, AF lock and all that. So if you're into pro photography on the phones, it's all there. The next thing that really surprised me on the camera was the video. The video was really stable. Cairo from Tic Tac Toe, he actually took the phone and then he ran across the event area and then came back. And the video that we saw was impressive because the stabilization was really good. It wasn't shaky, it wasn't, you know, jittering or anything. It was very smooth, it handled the running well. But I have yet to see or really put this phone to the test. So from that first view or that first video that we took running with the phone, it seemed really good. Next, let's talk about the specs. Alright, so I took a look into the settings. Snapdragon 888 processor, which is really fast, it's good. It has 12 gigs of RAM, so you're not gonna run out of RAM anytime soon. You have 256 gigs of storage. It's of course 5G capable. It's got wireless charging. It's got the Super VOOC charging as well, which is 40% in 10 minutes, which is insane. You get 40% of battery life in 10 minutes with their Super VOOC chargers. They also have this new thing called Air VOOC charging, which is 30 watts, and you are able to charge the Oppo phones to 100% in 80 minutes, which is good. It of course has reverse charging as well. As far as I know, it should be breezing through a day. It shouldn't be an issue. So in gaming mode, it's probably gonna turn off a lot of the other things. It's gonna make it very gaming specific. It's gonna improve responsiveness. This is like a special feature, right? So it's gonna improve responsiveness. It's gonna reallocate resources and all that to help you improve your experience in gaming. So you can, if you're an avid gamer, this phone has a gaming mode which you can use and which is pretty good. Yes, the front camera, however, was a bit disappointing. It's still, maybe it was smudged. I'm not sure. Maybe someone touched the camera screen, but it was a bit blurry. Or it wasn't blurry. Well, basically, it looked like a normal, you know, front camera. It wasn't wowing or anything. Yeah, in that sense. But you are able to turn on both front and rear camera at the same time. You know, if you're live streaming or something, you're doing something in front and you want to take your face as well, your reactions, you're able to do that. You're able to have a dual viewfinder set up in the camera as well that comes in. I think the last time I saw that was in a Xiaomi phone, right? Which is pretty good that it's becoming a thing right now. Of course, the phone is running their own OS, which is called Color OS 11.2. It's based off Android 11. You've got all your standard Android Google stuff. You got your Google Assistant. You can use it with OK Google, of course. It supports Google Assistant fully. No issues there. The UI is pretty simple to use. And it's got light and dark mode, of course. That's a necessary thing. One interesting thing is you're able to actually adjust the number of columns and rows in the home screen, which I don't see happening in other Android phones, right? Right, and of course it had some other special, the entire theme of this phone is based on colors, right? So colors, basically the display is basically, some of the features they have is the display is in SGS Eye Care certified display, which means it's able to adjust the display according to the environment, and so that you know you won't harm your eyes in the long run. Color vision test, because they were quite people with color deficiency, right? So they wanted to, you know, keep them included, make sure they see the colors all right, and make sure they see vibrant colors, the same colors that people with normal vision do. So they have a color vision test too. So that is pretty cool. Thumbs up for that, Oppo. Right, so pretty much those were most of the things that I picked up when I was using the phone during the event. I know there's a full, you know, event going on right now as I'm filming this, so you guys can actually go and watch that on the Oppo channel. The pricing is about $1,599. $1,599. I think from my perspective, this phone at 1.6K is debatable. Is debatable. I mean, it's got a few new features. If you're someone who's color deficient, I would definitely recommend you this phone, but probably you should buy it on contract under StarHub or Singtel if you're staying in Singapore, of course. Not sure if other service providers will provide this phone as well. I know M1 will also provide it. They also have, of course, Lazada and Shopee stores, so you can buy it there as well. For pre-orders, I think you actually get a $500 bundle free, like you get, which actually has the Oppo Enco X, which I'm going to be reviewing. It's got a wireless charging stand, which is about $100, a Kevlar phone case, and an exclusive service bundle, which includes 1 TB cloud storage and VIP after sales care, which is pretty good, right? So I think this phone is kind of worth pre-ordering. Of course, this, just a disclaimer, this is not my full review of the phone. This is based on what I saw within that 1 hour of the phone, within using it, and for that 1 hour. It's not like a full experience, not like a 2-week, 3-week kind of thing. It's my first time as well going to such an event and trying out a new phone. Yeah, do go and watch the other guys. You know, they might have more inside info on the phone as well that I may miss out. I think that's about it. If you guys like this video, please hit the like and smash that subscribe button, and of course hit that notification bell as well to know when I release a new video. Usually I release on Sundays, but today is special, so you know, not every time you get to release after an embargo. Yeah, and also if you guys want to join the Discord link is down in the description below. Go and sub to my Twitch channel as well, twitch.tv/Thiru5. Until next time, I'm your host Thiru, and this is Random Review Squad.